Monday Morning House Calls, sponsored by UK Healthcare.
Welcome back to Mountain News This Morning. Today we're being joined by Dr. Fran Hughes with UK June Buchanan Medical Clinic. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, well today we're talking about cold weather injuries. So snow sledding is popular. What should we do to protect our kids?
It's very difficult to do that unless your kid wants to wear a bicycle helmet or some knee pads, but it's going to be difficult to get them to do that. So the main thing is making sure your children are supervised at all times, and also kind of scouting the area out that they're going to be playing at or sledding at. Make sure there aren't any big large rocks or any dips or holes that they may get hurt at.
Okay, so what's another thing maybe they should look out for? Possibly black ice or slipping on sidewalks?
Most definitely, and you want to make sure that if your sidewalks are slippery, that you're putting some salt or some sand or something like that out on them. You also want to make sure that your children are dressed in multiple layers to keep them from getting too cold. You also want to make sure the layers are kind of looser. You don't want them to be really tight because that could actually cut circulation off.
Oh wow, good to know. What about frostbite?
Frostbite is something that we hear a lot about, but thankfully in Eastern Kentucky we don't see it very much. But the signs and symptoms are if they have numbness or tingling in their hands or their feet, and then if it completely goes numb and they're not able to feel anything. If you're looking at someone who you think may have frostbite, a lot of times their skin will be very pale, cool to touch, and have a waxy appearance to it. If you see this, you really need to get them inside and put their hand or foot in some lukewarm water. You don't want to put them in front of a stove or in front of a heater because they're numb, they may not feel it, and they could actually get burned pretty badly. And then, of course, get them to their doctor.
Oh, okay, that's very good to know. Definitely a health concern there. Well, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
We'll have more Mountain News after this break.